Welcome to another galactic episode of Movies with Megashaun. Today we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. What would you do if you went outside and the tree that you hang your swing from had a raccoon in it with an assault rifle? Find out. Guardians of the Galaxy, a Marvel comic book brought to your screen. To your theater screen. Very, very, very entertaining, very colorful. It gives you everything you need, especially for someone who isn't that big of a comic person. It kind of gives you a brief introduction of whom everybody is, and therefore you don't get fluttered into all the stuff you don't need to. Now, if you're a comic person, you might be upset, you might not be upset, but the movie itself doesn't disappoint unless you're going in there with Avengers type expectations. As long as you don't do that, you're good. The comedy's there. You got Chris Pratt, you got Zoe Saldana, you've got Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon, which in my opinion steals the movie. I mean, just as far as the animatronics went with him, and in regards to Cooper's voice, it went off masterfully. Vin Diesel, I am Groot. He didn't do bad, but I mean, it's 3 words over and over again. You say it faster, you say it slower, you say it higher, you say it lower. What really, what really could he do? Josh Brolin. We know how I feel in regards to Josh Brolin playing Thanos. I prefer the guy who was Thanos in the Avengers, but Josh Brolin doesn't do bad because he, again, didn't really do too much. He goes, does his Thanos thing. Everybody have a good night. Oh, so Josh Brolin. You get a nice check. You're fantastic. Things that I did like. Just about everything. Again, the action, the acting, the comedy was there. You were able to be introduced to everybody in their own way, a brief, and quick bio of everyone. So it works because obviously when you have a 2-hour project, you don't want to waste time, because you couldn't, like with the Avengers and all those movies, they went back. We're talking 5-6 years, whereas in this is 2 hours. So in 2 hours, they need to explain to you whom everybody is, and on top of giving you a plot, a synopsis, an opening and a closing, and some credits in the end. Be sure you stay for those. What it is about is it's fleshing out who they are, how they came together, what their main issue is, and, what are they going to do? How do they come together? You've got a crazy man in Dave Bautista, who's Drax the Destroyer, a lunatic. You've got a killer in Zoe Saldana's character, and then obviously you've got a experimented on raccoon who has just rifles upon rifles. I mean, he's pulling them out of anywhere. You know how they said guns as big as Bow Wow? People are now going to start saying guns as big as Rocket Raccoon because every gun he had is bigger than him. So again, to answer the question I asked you earlier, you answered it for me. What would you do if you go outside and in the tree, there's this raccoon with a bazooka? You'd probably be terrified, as was all these people who were his cannon fodder in the movie. So, back to the movie. They get together, they have their scuffles, but then they become somewhat of a cohesive unit. And just like how losers do, when you get all the losers together and they find out what their strengths and their weaknesses are, they become a team. They become together, and then eventually they become winners. Now, I don't want to get into the movie too much because you need to go see it for yourself, but the movie's great. You make sure that you go see Guardians of the Galaxy. You take your family, you take all your children. It's almost of epic proportions. Because the only thing that I would nitpick at, just again, would be the Thanos situation. And then with Gamora. Gamora is supposed to be the deadliest woman in the universe. And I can't really recall if she really killed anybody. So to be the deadliest person, you have to dead somebody, right? No? Would you agree? So, you got a green lady who's supposed to be killing everybody. You got Star-Lord who was stolen right out of the United States, just plopped right out of just boop, boop. What happened? And I feel they could have fleshed him out a little bit more. He was there and then he was gone. And then next thing you know, he's Star-Lord. But for someone who isn't a comic person, that's not going to really matter to you. You're going to go with it. It's got good 80s music. I mean, how do you beat that? You got a Rocket Raccoon with assault rifles. He's on top of a tree that only speaks 3 words. And then you got 80s music. Can you get any better than that? Can you? Can you? But you be sure to check out all episodes of Movies with Megashaun. Be sure you go see Guardians of the Galaxy. Take your family, take your children, and enjoy yourselves. For Movies with Megashaun, of course, I'm Megashaun. See you later.